into the cloud. Open up my screen. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. And then we are going to share here. Awesome. So if you guys can go ahead and let me know in the chat there if you can see my screen. Also hear my audio. I'd greatly appreciate it. See some of you guys out there. Thomas, good to see you, buddy. Roseanne, I see ya. Jeff, what's up, buddy? Andrew, Elise, Tony, Andrea, Toth, Tanya, Andres and Rochelle. Awesome to see you guys. Sam, I see ya. Raymond, Amber, let's see, Chris, Cassie, Peter, Diana, Leo, Robert, David, Stephen, Holly, Mary Jane, Rita. Awesome. Cool. So we're getting started here, guys. Thank you for let's see, cool. I see a lot of you guys are letting me know that you can hear everything. Somebody's also doodling on the screen. So I'm going to go ahead and erase that. Awesome. Perfect. So again, once again, everybody, my name is Mario. I'm the offline diamond leader here with the company. And I know there's a lot of you guys that are brand new. So really quick, just want to give you my backstory in case you haven't heard it. But, you know, I've been in this industry going on 10 years now. And I've had a lot of success in my career. I've also had a lot of failure as a network marketer. My background is corporate education. Got started. In fact, guys, I was actually paid very big money to be able to go and fly around the country and recruit people, okay? I was actually paid really good money to fly around the country and teach people how to teach their teams how to recruit. And so when I saw network marketing, I was like, man, could there be another company or industry better suited for me and what I do? Okay, hold on, I'm in. Okay, please mute yourself. Okay, yeah. So I see you guys bringing in some stuff. All right. So when I saw network marketing, guys, needless to say, I had been a professional recruiter, okay, for going on 11 years. And so when I first got started, I got the concept conceptually, like, look, I'm going to build a team of people, right, a sales team that are going to go out and sell products and get other people to join. But, you've never seen me before, right? I have accolades on accolades about how to recruit, right? Not just sell, because there's a difference. There's a difference between selling and recruiting, right? I was an actual recruiter. That's what I got paid for, right? So I got started and I did not want to listen. Okay. My uplines, the people that were there to help me, were like, bro, there's a system in place and this is kind of what it does and this is how it goes. And it was kind of like one of those, like, I'm going to only listen, but like halfway listen. I'm going to pick what I want to hear. And because guess what, brother, I'm the best recruiter you ever met. I remember telling an upline one time in so many words, you know what, bro, you can go and pay attention to all the rest of your team. Just watch me light up the record books because that's just what I do, right? I'm a recruiter. And I'll tell you guys, for my first 6 months in the industry, I failed miserably. And it was simply because I didn't understand the psychology behind working in this industry. I didn't understand how powerful and important a system was. And it wasn't until I went to my first international conference that it got unlocked for me, okay? So if you're in this business, now some of you guys have been with us since the very beginning. It's about 4 months now since we've been here. I mean, it's been a long time. And in about 4 months, some of you guys might not be where you want to be. Some of you guys might be, just kind of barely getting started. Some of you guys, and a lot of you guys have blown the doors off. Let me be here to tell you, because some of you guys see my success and you're like, man, Mario sneezed and him and Stephanie went to Diamond. Man, they made $100K, 115 now, $115,000 in 4 months. Man, why can't I do that? Well, listen, let me tell you guys, if it's your first time in network marketing, or at least your first time you're really taking network marketing serious, let me tell you what my experience was. In my first 6 months in my very first company, I enrolled 3 people, okay? Those 3 people, 2 of them were my best friends, okay? The other one was my sister, and I paid half for her, and so I don't even think that really counts. And so I share all that to say with you guys, guess what? I would like to sneeze and do that. I share all that to say to you guys that, listen, it's a process. It takes time. And even me, right, significant Mario, which Dallin says, I was horrible when I first got started. But the number one reason I was horrible, because I was too good for my own good. I thought I knew too much. I thought I knew better. And so I hope that I'm sharing with somebody today and it hits your heart, because you really want to do this well and you really want to make this go for you and your family. You have to be coachable to the system, right? And I know that because I lived it through experience, and it wasn't until I became coachable with the system that I was able to change my life. I was able to live a life that I want to live and be able to do what I want to do. And so, so with that being said, we're going to go into a quick start basic training. Now, most of you guys should have gotten your training done. So when you get started, I hope you're taking notes. When you get started, the first thing you need to do is you need to be entered into what's called a diamond text, okay? Hold on. You want to enter yourself into a diamond text, right? Now, if you don't have that done, okay, the person who introduced you to the company, or the person who's the upline sponsor between you and them, will do that for you. That diamond text is going to get you your training, okay? Your training is actually a self-guided training created by our team leaders, our Black Diamonds, Ricky and Francoise. And I'm going to tell you, I've been in the industry 10 years. And in 10 years, I've never seen a more sophisticated training that is simple, right? It's so simple, but it is so sophisticated, because once you understand it, we leave no food on the table. Every angle is covered if you understand the system. So the diamond text is going to have all of your uplines. It's basically a group text with all of your uplines that can help you, that can be there to take your calls, to answer your questions. And then also it's going to give you the login information to do your training. So once you do your training, okay, after you, and by the way, you need to do your training within 24 hours, okay? So let's go through this information, because I believe they're all here. Three-step process to get started, right? Select your package, okay, which you've done. Number 2 is set up your LCP. Your LCP is your monthly purchase. Now, why do you have a monthly purchase? Because what we do in this industry is we're products of the product. But in product companies, it's very, very common and normal for people to be purchasing product on a monthly basis, because that's the goal of our company. Our goal of our company is to sell product, okay? So you set up LCP. And the third thing you do is you go and find 3 brand partners in 48 hours, okay? You're like, what? Why 48 hours? Write this down. In this industry, success loves speed, and everything duplicates. So the last thing you want to do is take 8 days to go through all of the fine print into every PDF and to go through everything. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready to go. And then when you get started and you want to go, you want people to move fast, but you're like, wait a minute. I want to move fast. I want you to go out there and build this thing so we can actually go out and start, winning. But I took 8 or 9 days to get it started. If you take 8 or 9 days to get it started, everybody in your team's going to take 8 or 9 days to get it started. And I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to succeed the way you want to. So within your first 48 hours, and then it starts to duplicate out. And I'm going to show you how that works. Okay. So now, number 2 thing you need to do is you need to understand what your why is. Okay. Your why gets you into action. Right? And that's really important, because a lot of people feel nervous about doing this, right? I had a gal the other night, she said, I love everything about it except for the fact that it's network marketing. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I just can't get over the fact that it's network marketing. I go, what does that even mean? She's like, I don't know. I just have such a negative feeling about it, and I don't know why. And I was like, okay, so let's shift gears away from that, and let's talk about why you need to do this. And she said, well, I need to do this because of X. I need to do this because of Y. I need to do this because of Z. And while she's there, she's like almost tearing up. And I said, so is this why bigger than your personal opinion about this industry? She said, yeah. And I said, does it make sense here though? Like when you look at the numbers and you look at the structure? She said, yeah. I said, then use your why and make your why be bigger than your why not, and get into action, okay? The other thing is it's a difference between motivation and inspiration, guys. Motivation is internal. Inspiration is external. A lot of times people will come up and like, Mario, you motivate me. And I said, no, I might try to inspire you based on what I've shared or my experiences, but motivation is internal. I can never motivate somebody. Motivation has to come from you. It's the thing that gets you out of bed every morning. It's the thing that keeps you going. It's the thing that's going to help you to talk and reach out to 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 more people. Motivation is internal. So I want you guys to really consider what your why is. And maybe you don't really have a firm handle on what your why is right now. Here's another thing. Don't wait to nail down your why before you start moving, okay? Make sure that you understand what it is, And if you don't know 100%, get going anyways. And sometimes your why will change. Sometimes your why will adapt as you're going, and as you start to learn more, maybe you got started just because you want to, you want to make some money, right? And the way you want to make, the reason you want to make some money is because you want to go on vacation, or you want to, pay for college, whatever it is, okay? Now, as you're starting to do the business and you start to see how impactful our products are and how incredible they are and how much good you're doing, maybe your why actually starts to evolve and you're like, yeah, making money is good, but you know what? I'm tired of seeing people that I know hurting. And I didn't think about that at the beginning. And now I want to help people to feel better. And obviously by doing that, by default, I'm going to make some good money. It helps you to keep going, okay? Because here's the deal, guys. You are pioneering not only in our industry. You guys know that in network marketing, people have preconceived ideas about what we are and what we do and why we do it. The other thing is that it's a newer company, right? So you're a pioneer. We're taking something out to the marketplace that's new. You're also pioneering CBD. Now, even though CBD is very powerful, it's very lucrative, it's very exciting, there are those knuckleheads out there that are going to say something to you like, oh, I didn't want to get it. I would never see myself getting into the weed business. And you're like, weed? What are you talking about? Right? But these arrows are going to be coming at you. And it helps you to get past those when you understand what your motivation is, right? And then it's the secret to your success. Bottom line, it's the secret to your success. Your ability to work, your inability to work is going to be directly connected to your why. So if you guys don't know why you're here, other than just making a few bucks, right? Really examine and figure out what that is, right? And it helps you with the emotional roller coaster, okay? So I'm going to share with you guys what the emotional roller coaster is. See, let's say this week you joined the team, you got on a call with somebody, right? And, as soon as you got on the call, things started making sense, right? So you're like, whoop, wow, this is pretty cool. I'm liking this. And then you decide that you want to get on the internet and you start trying to Google, right? Because apparently Google is like where all scientists and doctors go when they want to learn credible and reputable information. Hear the sarcasm, right? So anyway, so you're up and then you go onto Google and you're like, oh, right? Because my definition of Google is like the bathroom wall. Like you could write whatever you want on the bathroom wall and you write whatever you want on Google as well. So here's what happens. You go, somebody's chatting here. So you're all excited. Then you start getting on the internet and you go, oh, and then all of a sudden they send you some videos, right? And you're like, oh, okay, this makes sense, right? So you're like, I like this thing again. Then all of a sudden you're like, they're like, hey, come out to a testing event that we're going to have this week. Try the product and this. Okay, cool. So then you tell your spouse, I'm going to go to this testing event. And he goes, oh, you're going to go to network marketing? Right. And then the person says, no, you got to go. Come on, I'll pick you up. And you only show up to the meeting because they actually picked you up. And then you try it, you see everything and you're like, boom, you're way back up here. Right. And then because you're not coachable, you're not listening. Right. What happens is, you're not using the system. You start calling people and you're like, hey, there's this thing and it's CBD and it's, there's a gold package. It's a builder pack and you get double bonuses. And, oh, it's one of those things where you got to get people. I don't do pyramid schemes. Right. The emotional roller coaster is going to be like this no matter at what level you're at. It doesn't matter. Okay. So the emotional roller coaster, you're going to be able to help steady that thing so that the dips aren't so high or so low and that they're not so high by using your motivation. Your motivation is going to help you to stay on that roller coaster and continue to move forward. And then the next thing, guys, is show the plan. We have got to show the plan. So what does that mean, guys? We're going to write a list of at least 30 people, okay? Now, if you want to make more money, write a bigger list, okay? Now, for me, okay, this is one of the things that I struggled with when I first got into network marketing because I was like, man, see, I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the person that's beating up my friends and family, and I don't need to be that person that everybody's afraid. Don't invite Mario because he's going to make everybody buy something, right? I didn't want to be that guy, but here's what I see and the reason why you're here. CBD is different. CBD is a game changer. There's more people in your network of people that will want to see or hear about this particular program than anything you've ever done before. I guarantee that. Why? Because CBD, your people are being marketed to for you, right? If you were in a company and I don't know, maybe you sold energy drinks, okay? There was your people aren't going online and seeing energy drinks They're not going online on Facebook and seeing energy drinks. They're not going on Twitter. They're not going, Dr. Oz didn't just do a show on energy drinks. The news isn't talking about energy drinks. Carl's Jr. is not just setting out, which they did this week, saying that they're going to start infusing CBD in their burgers with energy drinks, right? So it's vanilla. It's meh. So when you have something like CBD, it's a lot different. People that are in their 60s and 70s are all about this because of pain management. All the way down, every single generation is eyes or ears wide open because of this. So if you want to make more money, talk to more people, right? You write a list of 30 people, then you text, not call. Okay, and this is very important. Again, be coachable. I don't care if you're on the phone for a living. Okay, I don't care if, hey, you know, man, I don't need a text, Mario. You don't know me, bro. I've built millions of dollars in sales volume in my career. That's awesome. But this business is about duplication. It's not about you. Unless you want to come here and be a sales agent and do this all day long, you're basically obtaining a new, you know, a second 40-hour-a-week job. Listen to what I'm saying. Text. Because number one, text is duplicatable. Most people, even if you are the best salesperson in the world, most people outside of you don't like the phone, right? Most people outside of you are afraid to sell. They're afraid to be sold. They don't like it. But everybody knows how to text, right? Also, texting allows you to stay away. It doesn't allow you to get into the weeds. See, because what happens is, when you go about our approach, okay, our texting strategy is very simple. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the texting strategy that you should be using. It's a script in our WhatsApp groups when we're done, okay? Number one, text is very simple, okay? You're sending a text and it says, hey, let me pick a name here. Boom. Hey, Alex, hope you're having a great day. What's your take on CBD? That's it. No more, no less. Don't say, hey, Alex, what's your take on CBD? I just joined a company. Done. You're already toast. Why? Because the word joined a company means, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. Don't kill yourself on this, right? Copy and paste, hey, Alex, what's your take on CBD, right? What that does is it creates an environment where somebody wants to talk. Alex might legitimately think I'm asking his opinion because I want to get it for my son. Right? So he's going to say, oh, XYZ, 7 out of 10 people already love it. The other 3 don't know about it yet, and that's a good thing. Now, there is some training that we can do on what to say and how to share with somebody if they don't know what it is. But simply put, I usually say it's a plant-based product derived from the hemp plant, and I put parentheses, not marijuana, okay, that has a ton of different healing properties, and it just became legal in all 50 states. There's also like a little social media deal on your WhatsApp or your Viseo app that does a split screen and says, what does CBD hemp oil do? And it says for the mind, it has a lot of stuff. And then for the body, it has a lot of stuff. At that point, you could send it to them. Then they'll read it. They'll listen like, man, that sounds pretty cool. Now you send the second portion. Awesome. Listen, I just got brought on to the pre-launch of a liposomal CBD product. There's a 3% global revenue share option on the table. When can you jump on the phone so we can break it down, right? So what happens there, guys, is that, hold on one sec, hold on, sorry. All right, sorry guys. Okay, so what happens, guys? Oh, somebody's messaging. That's a good question. So somebody says, what's your response when you're new? And please ask, well, what's it done for you since joining? Well, what did I join? I just got brought on to a pre-launch of a liposomal CBD project. Or how much money have you made? See, you have to understand, if you guys are not using the script, you're opening doors for things like that, right? So if they say, oh, well, how much money have you made? I actually just got partnered up with them yesterday, but let's jump on the call and I'll break down all the details for you. if you just started your job this week, how much money have you made? I haven't made anybody. I just started yesterday. I mean, what kind of question is that, right? It says this was during a CC, FYI, not a loan call. So the idea is, if it's during a connect call, let your person who's doing the connect call, okay, answer that question on your behalf, okay? So the idea is, when you're not using the script though, and I'm not saying this to the person who asked the question, it's just in general, when somebody's not answering this or using the script, I know it. It's so easy to identify, right? Somebody says, they're like, oh, somebody just wants to be a customer. I'm like, what do you mean? All my people just want to be a customer. Have they been on connect calls? No. Okay, so then in text number 1, when you say, what's your take on CBD? And they say, I love it, or whatever they said. Text number 2, you say, hey, listen, I just got brought on to the liposomal pre-launch. There's a 3% revenue share on the option on the table. When can we get on the phone so I can break this down? How does I just want to be a customer come from that? The answer is, you're having conversations you shouldn't be having, and you're not equipped, you're not skilled yet to be able to handle those, and that's why they just want to be a customer. No matter what you say, if you just follow that, listen, I'll get you every detail that you have on the phone. Like I said, I just partnered up yesterday. Let's talk to, that's it, right? Well, how much is it to join? There's a number of different options depending on how, in the sense you said, there's a number of different options depending on how involved you want to be, okay? But we can break that down. How's 2 o'clock tomorrow work? The idea is, you don't want to be put in a position where you feel like you're hiding something. No, I'm going to give you every single question, every single answer you have on our call at 2 o'clock, right? I've had people respond, I don't know what that means, but it sounds like a pyramid scheme. Why? Ask them. 3% revenue option is how business is built, okay? Every single company has options that you can basically invest to join, okay? But we'll talk about this offline. But if somebody says, that sounds like a pyramid scheme, okay, cool. Talk to you soon. I thought I'd get you the option. You guys have to also have posture, okay? When somebody says to me, it sounds like a pyramid scheme, I'd say, how so? Explain to me what a pyramid scheme is. People have no idea what it means, right? There's nothing schemy about what we do, okay? It's a direct sales company. But again, you have to understand if you veer off from the actual text, you will get these questions. I guarantee it. Every single time I dig in, when somebody asks you, a lot of my people are saying this, if I dig in, I prove to you that you're not doing the system, right? That's bottom line what it is, okay? So just, and then also at the same time, guys, remember, that's why we do 30, because if you get 30, here's what happens. You're going to set up 15 connect calls, okay? So 50% of them will say no, okay? So 30 people, okay, you send a text to, right? Then 50% of them will say no. You're going to get about 15 people on the call. We know that 15, okay, is going to be the number because of just how exciting CBD is, how powerful CBD is right now, okay? So then you just repeat it. So show the plan. All you've got to do, guys, at the beginning is this. Just get as many eyeballs on the information as possible. Now, literally what that means is just get as many people on the phone as possible, right? Because everything duplicates. Now, there is a place for home meetings, and I'm going to share with you where that is in a little while. But right now, it's about just getting people on the line, okay? Now, I know there's some training out there that talks about you picking up the phone and doing all of that. That's fine. If you feel that you're more comfortable doing that, go for it. I'm telling you, my personal recommendation is stay off the phone, get on text. You can cover more ground as well. Not to mention, think about this. Even though you're so comfortable on the phone, do you know that most people aren't? How many of you, let me prove you wrong. How many times have you guys seen a call come in and you're like, why is Joe calling me? And I'm literally like, show it to my wife. I'm like, Joe's calling me. She's like, why? I'm like, I don't know. And then what do? If it's important, they'll leave me a message, right? People don't even like to talk on the phone anymore. So why fight that battle we're just using text, okay? We're just gonna continue to use text and go through it, okay? So, so from there, we show the plan, stay plugged in. Very, very important to stay plugged in, guys, because what happens is, we have a team Facebook page. If you're not on the Facebook page, again, let the person who enrolled know, or the upline or myself, and we'll get you plugged in. Download the Viseo app. The Viseo app is awesome, okay? You literally copy and paste everything. There's PDFs there of our products, okay? There's, if I call someone, they respond with a text saying, hey, what's up? Okay. Yeah, so download the Viseo app. You also have download the Zoom app. We do a lot of trainings on Zoom. Okay, guys, I could even, schedule permitting, do a Zoom instead of a Connect call. Sometimes people are like, hey, can we do a Connect call, but can we do it on Zoom? Yeah, I've done that before. Now, it just depends on where I'm at, because sometimes I'll be mobile taking Connect calls, but if I'm able, I'll do it, right? At the beginning, I did all my Connect calls one-on-one with Zoom. We built this thing for the first 30 days on Zoom. Really, that's kind of the way we did it. And it's cool because people get to see one another, and it works really good, okay? Now, download the Cozy app. Cozy is our scheduling app. And if you're sitting here right now and you're like, what is Cozy? You didn't do your training. Go back to your Diamond Techs. Go to your training, log in, and go through 101 and 201, and you'll know exactly what Cozy is. That's how we schedule, okay? Download WhatsApp. WhatsApp is where we actually have our team communication. It's our app there where we're constantly talking updates, training, and whatnot, and attend all events, okay? Here's the other thing, guys. A lot of what you're doing at the beginning is building motivation, or building, excitement, building momentum is what I was trying to say. And staying plugged in at events is everything. Even if you don't have guests, show up if there's an event in your area, right? If there's a meeting in your area, like on a weekly basis, for instance, you just got started, you're in Orange County, you don't even have anybody yet, but we have a meeting in Orange County. Go to the meeting. Okay, it's going to be very, very important, okay, for you to stay plugged in. The number one way for you to kind of make sure that you're going to get, phased out is by staying by yourself. You've got to stay involved. You've got to stay plugged in, because it creates social proof for you and your family. So again, if you know your why, right, here's what people say. Oh man, I'm just going to stay home and work on calls. I don't have any guests, so I'm not going to go. I'm telling you guys, if your why is big enough, you go to all events, the local ones, the international ones that Utah's coming up, and you absolutely stay plugged in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you guys what we call the gold track, okay? The gold track is really the secret to our success here with the company, okay? So I'm going to actually, this is kind of more impromptu, but I'm going to spin this around, and hopefully you guys can see my computer when I do that, okay? Because I'm gonna write on the board here, okay? Hopefully you guys can see. Hold on one sec, guys. Okay, cool. So you guys should be able to see that board there. Yeah? Okay, good. So what happens is when somebody gets started, okay, our job is to get them to gold as fast as possible. So what does gold mean, okay? First of all, let's talk about what gold means, okay? Here's you have one team and you have two teams, okay? Now, you have to have at least $6,000, 6,000 points in sales volume on your lesser leg, the smaller leg. So again, if you're new, then if 6,000 is on your smaller leg, then obviously your bigger leg has to have at least 6 as well. So essentially we look at it like 6K, 6K, okay? Some of you guys are like, oh my gosh, that's a crazy amount of volume to do in 1 week to hit gold. Not really. Jeff Gonzalez, okay? Remember what I usually say, it's 30 texts, get you 15 connect calls. 15 connect calls get you 3 business partners. Here's what Jeff did. Okay. Now, I don't know how many texts he put out. Okay. But he ended up getting us on 30 connect calls in 5 days, and 12 people joined his team. Okay, so they all bought the builder pack, which is 1,000 points each. So when you get the builder pack, right, it's worth 1,000 points. So Jeff did 6 and 6 in 5 days because he just increased the number, right? Now, that's pretty cool. But then you're like, but wait a minute, I have to do 6,000 every single week? That's so hard. No, if you do it right, it's absolutely not hard, because now Jeff has 6 people on each side. So week 1, he hit gold, right? Week 2, but at the beginning of week 1, remember, it was just Jeff building. Now week 2, it's Jeff and 6 people, right? And they're going to do what Jeff did, okay? So those 12, I believe, turned into like another 9 people. I don't know what the mix was, just in the first 3 days, right? And I think that's why in his second week, he hit platinum. He didn't have to worry about 6K anymore. It turned out to be 8K on his smaller leg. But because it's the power of the people, it's a team effort. So don't think, guys, that you have to hit gold on your own every week, right? No, it's you and the people that you brought in. Then the next week it's you, the people they brought in. So the idea is that because we're so early, it starts to snowball. Just to give you an example, guys, okay? Just to give you guys an example of how powerful this is. So to hit diamond, okay, which is the position I am, you have to have 50K, okay? Now I'm like, dang, that's 25 people on each side every single week. But right now, I think we have close to 700 on this side, and I think I have close to 200 on this side. You think it's hard for me to hit 50K with that many people that are excited and new? Let's say only 10% of them are active or engaged, right? That's 90 people. Can 90 people go and get 50 people to join in a week? Yes. See, but what happens is it starts rolling, right? Remember I talked to you about your monthly purchases as well, your LCP, right? 90 people, well, actually more than that, a lot of these people are still on their LCP. Whether they're engaged to build, let's say there's 90, right? Or they're just involved. You have a ton of people making $100 to $200 purchases every single month or week, excuse me. Now, what does that mean? That volume also counts towards his 50, okay? But what that also means is this is residual income. See, so this is why it's so important that if you want to get to the big levels, if you want to get to that next level, you have to dial it all the way back to you getting started. Bam, right here, building 2 teams. Because it all duplicates out. Over time, you start to really be able to maximize this bad boy. Can you imagine Ricky and Francoise, their black diamond business? And you imagine that's why they're making $29,000 a week. A week, guys, because of the duplication effect. So when somebody gets started, and I say to them, guys, it's so stinking important that you do things right from the very beginning because it duplicates. Here's the deal. So you get started. So those of you guys that are new, okay? The number one reason we do what we do is because people get started with the 1379 pack. Why? For a number of reasons. Number one, you get double bonuses, okay? Double bonuses means that when you send 30 texts out and 15 people want to talk, we're going to get 3 people on your team, right? That's just the numbers. Some are going to do 1, maybe some will do more. But if you get 15 people on the phone with myself or one of the leaders, 3 is going to join. So you got 1, 2, and then you have 3. Okay? Now, because of double bonuses, each one of these represent $400. So you paid 12, now you've already made, you paid 13, now you've already made 1,200 back. Okay? Now, what are we going to do with these? Now, by the way, we do this in 48 hours. Very simple. Your goal is to send out 30 texts within 48 hours, right? Siri just starts talking for no reason. I don't know why. So then what happens, guys, okay, is when these people get in, what are we going to do with them? The same thing that was done with you. 30 texts, 15 calls, 3 people. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay? If 3 people get 3 people based on binary volume, okay? Remember binary we actually call it team commissions, right? Where it creates cycles. 3 who get 3 in 1 week is it going to make you about 975. Okay? So we know you've already made 1,200 in 48 hours. And then if those 3 duplicate 3, you make another 975 in week 1. What that means is you made your money back, guys. Now, why is it so important for you to make your money back? Because the friend that says, oh, how much money have you made? I made all my money back. No way. Yeah. And if you do 3 who get 3, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So let's go back to what it takes to be a gold. Because if you're doing builder packs, each builder pack is worth 1,000 points, right? Okay? Each builder pack is worth 1,000 points, okay? So check this out. If you just did what I told you, you're going to have 4 people on this side, and you're going to have 8 people on this side. Do we have one side that's bigger than 6,000? Yep. Are we pretty much close to gold? Yeah, because guess what? One of these 4 people, 2 of these 4 people are going to get somebody. So this 4 is going to turn into 6 quick. But because we did it all within 1 week, guess what, guys? You're a dang gold. Bam. Very simple. When you're a gold, what happens? You're going on the trip. What happens after that? Now you get that 3% global revenue share bonus that week. See how fast? And then we just do what? We duplicate that out, and it starts moving. That's what Jeff did. That's what Tanya did. That's what all the leaders that are making, that's what David has done, right? There's too many success stories on this team in 4 months for us to say that this doesn't work on the next level. Does that make sense, guys? So huge, huge opportunity. This is the gold track. So you might be sitting here and you're like, man, Mario, like, shoot, I should have got started with that top package then, right? Yeah, you should have. But that doesn't mean that you can't be successful, okay? The duplication effect still works. But from here on out, now you also understand why it's so important that we put your people in a position to win, right? Double bonuses don't benefit me. They benefit you. They benefit the new person because then it gives us the ability to get those 3 in, 1,200 points, duplicate that out. Here's the other thing. Knowing what volume looks like, we have 8 different ways we get paid, okay? 8 ways we get paid. Okay, I don't know what to put here. Okay. So we have 8 different ways we get paid. If all of the ways we get paid is based on volume, okay, sales volume, not people, it's sales volume. If all 8 ways we get paid are based on sales volume, okay, would you rather, okay, have 50 people join your team on each side over the next 6 months doing the $249 pack or the $1,300 pack? That's a dumb question, right? Where does that start? With your purchase. Where does that start? With the first 3 people. And everything duplicates out. Now, what if somebody can only come in at the $249? That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not going to start there. I'm going to create all the urgency for them to be able to come in at the top package because that's where it's going to benefit them the most, right? It's going to benefit them the most from coming in at the top pack because overall, we're going to be able to get there. But when you're shooting for diamond, when you're shooting for emerald, when you're shooting for blue sapphire, you're going to look back and be like, man, I set the tone to have this little small package business where somebody's coming in and all they do is the top, right? But then here's the other thing you might be saying, well, Mario, I don't know a lot of people that will pay, $1,300 to get started. Here's what I'll tell you. Everything I'm sharing with you guys is not theory. It's not opinion. Guys, I have, in 4 months, we've done over $1 million in sales. All of you guys are involved in that. People from all walks of life, from all backgrounds, Asian folks, Mexican folks, white people, black people, people from Rhode Island, people from Texas, people from Ohio, people from all over California. That is just you getting in your own way. People are paying when they see the value. Our job is to deliver value to our people. Guess what? And it's not even your job to do that. If you follow the system correctly, you're allowing me to deliver that value for you on your behalf to your people. Because you might be saying, yeah, Mario, but you're really good. That's right. Let me get in front of your people then. Yeah, Mario, if I wish I could talk like you don't have to because you got me. If you just follow this thinking system, I'll talk to every one of the people that you have on your calendar or in your phone, right? Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, okay? So the gold track is absolutely incredible. This is literally our secret to success, guys, in the UCrew movement. This is what we've done to just explode. We use text, we talk about CBD, and we get yourself out of the way. And we do it fast. We move fast, okay? So I hope this is helping, guys. I think it's last couple of weeks we've had a lot of we have had a lot of meetings, so like in-person meetings. So we haven't had our Saturday trainings. So I'm really glad that we're able to get this because I know we've had a lot of people that are moving, and there's a lot of moving pieces. And sometimes what happens when there's a lot of people joining is people do get left behind. They kind of like, oh man, I don't know where this is so crazy, and it's new people enrolling new people, and then it kind of if we don't have these meetings or these trainings, it kind of then becomes blind leading the blind. I don't know. I just got started. Do you know? I don't know either. And when people are confused, they close up, right? They do this, okay? So we definitely want to make sure that we keep doing this. So the gold track, it's so important to get started with the gold pack. See, I get ahead of myself here. Right, so that you can hit the gold rank. Why? When you get the gold rank, you earn your money back because to the production you need to do to hit gold, you've made your money back and then some. Then you start to earn the 3% global revenue track share, and then you also have the trip to the Bahamas, which also equals a testimony. And a testimony builds belief, validation, success story. More brand partners equals more success. And then we talked about the magic of 3. Who gets 3? So 30 texts, 15 calls. See, I put 6 there. It's usually a little closer to 6, but we'll say 3 because I like to, promise less and overproduce. And then I believe that's it, the system. So any questions, guys, while we're here? I think we're just about done. It's 50 minutes, flew by, crazy, right? Usually I'd say we try to be on this thing for about 35, 40 minutes, but a couple things to keep in mind, guys. We have a training. Is it okay to share samples of products before sending out text? No. Everything we do, okay, is in the system. Samples are a good example and a good tool to use for cold market. So for instance, if you're somewhere and you're talking to somebody like at the gym, and you don't know them, you're like, here, yeah, look, I got a little bit of cream here, try this out, boom, here's my number. And it gets somebody to want to call you back. The number one reason why people have difficult time with cold market, like talking to people, is because they don't know you, right? So if I pick up somebody's number at the gym, first of all, it might not be real, right? Or they say, oh, give me your number, right? They don't want to give you their number. They want yours. You have to give them a reason to call you back. The cream or the drops, that's going to give them a reason to call you back because it's going to work, right? So that's why I say to use it. Where we use samples is after the call, because at the end of the call, people are in 3 places. Number 1, you'd be surprised, guys, at how many people just join on the spot. They're like, I'm in. This is crazy. Let's go, right? What do I got to do next? Place number 2 is where the majority of people fall, okay? Place number 2 is, okay, Mario, I'm kind of pissed off, and I'm pissed off because I told myself I'd never do one of these stupid things, but I like it, all right? You got me. This is awesome, okay? But I want to learn a little more. Maybe I could try the product too. Perfect. So-and-so, right? I'll say MJ. MJ's a new girl on our team. MJ, she'll cruise by, get you a couple of days worth of product. I'll send you some videos. And actually, why don't you do this? This upcoming week, we actually have a testing event in your area, right? It's a small group. We're going to try out the products, be able to meet some people, go through the business model. See, but here's the deal. A lot of companies build home meetings first. And in home meetings first models, your show rate is like 30%. So if I invite 10 people, only 3 will show. Why? Because they don't know what it is, right? Hey, come on by my house. We're going to, go over, right? And people are like, oh, man, I don't know. You're driving home from work. You're like, oh, I'm so tired. I don't want to go to this stupid thing. And they don't show. The way to increase your show rate to like 50% plus is by getting them on the phone first. Because the only people you're inviting to those meetings are people that have already been like, no, I like this. This is good. So then when they show up at the meeting, they're ready to go. See, because what happens, guys, is people also don't realize this, but actually my computer's gonna die, hold on. But people don't realize this, but it takes multiple touches for somebody to join. Meaning, psychologically, people don't like to pull the trigger on the first shot, okay? Most people equate making a fast decision with making a bad decision. So for whatever reason, right, people, even if they love it, they won't make a decision on the spot because somebody in their life has told them, if you make a fast decision, it's usually bad, right? It's funny because most people are also broke and in debt and have different, bad relationships. So they listen to the masses, but let me tell you what the minority of people do. The minority of people who make the most amount of money, they make quick decisions all the time. They don't have a problem with it, right? But we're not going to fight that battle, guys. What we're going to do is we're just going to accept it for what it is. And we're going to say, listen, most people that I talk to, even if they love it, won't pull the trigger on the spot because they naturally equate a quick decision with a bad decision. So what does that mean, right? How many touches on average does it take? 2 to 3, I would say, in this run. Normally, it's like 5 to 6. Like if you're selling protein shakes or those wraps, it's like 5 to 6. But with CBD, it's 2 to 3 because it's so exciting, right? It's so hot. There's too many testimonials. So think about this. If I just invite people to home meetings in the area, first of all, there's only going to be 1 a week in your area, okay? And let me tell you, to hit diamond volume, you need to have business coming in every single day. Every single day. So if all you're doing is building 1 week to the next, you're cutting your own legs out from under you, right? What I say is we stay on the phone all week to build these meetings. And when they get to the meetings, it's usually, first touch is the phone call. Second touch is maybe the sample that you give them, or the third touch could be the videos that you send them. Fourth touch in the living room, done deal. So connect calls set up home meetings. But we don't just send people directly to home meetings because even if they love it, they're still not going to pull the trigger on one. And imagine you give them everything you got. Like you give them the social proof, they shook my hand, they tried this stuff, and then they leave. What happens when they leave? The emotional roller coaster. As soon as they leave, they're excited. They come home and they tell their husband, I really like this. I mean, this cream was awesome. Those stupid things never work. And what are you going to do now? You're done. You've given them everything, right? You want to save the big closer for the last. The big closer is the in-person. But some people join on the spot, and you don't even need to send them there. But if they do, that's where you close, okay? So I'm telling you guys, there's an absolute science behind everything that we're doing because we've done this. We're not test piloting this out. I'm literally handing you the keys to the Lamborghini or the Ferrari and just saying, we just need as many people as possible to floor it. Well, you know what? I think that the maker of the Ferrari doesn't know what they're doing. I happen to have a few years of experience with engines. Let me pop this hood up first, and let's see if I can make it go a little faster. No, you don't know more than the maker of the Lamborghini or the Ferrari. They know how to make it go fast. We just need drivers. That's the mentality you want to have right now. Stop looking left. Stop looking right. Stop thinking there's a better way. Stop thinking that you're more this or you're more that. It doesn't matter, guys. After the connect call with the potential business partner, how do we follow up with them? Well, first of all, the follow-up should be when you get on a connect call, once you're off, you set up a 3-way text, okay? During that 3-way text, what you should do is say, make sure, like Robert, okay? I was on a call with Robert and the gentleman the other day, right, Rob? In the 3-way text, always make sure, because I have Robert's number saved, but I don't have the prospect's number saved. And if I did 5 calls with Robert, I'm not going to be able to figure out who's who. Like, was this guy or was this that gal? I don't know. So always go in there and say, hey, guys, thanks for the call. Mario, here is Joe. Joe, this is Mario. We spoke today at 11 o'clock. Perfect. What I always say is, if at all possible, you guys send out the videos. Because what happens for me, guys, I have an 11 o'clock with you, Robert. I go 11, 11:30. All right, guys, I got to get going. I got another call coming in. Boom, we hang up, and I get another one, 11:30. Now, Rob, you're sending a 3-way text, and you're waiting. I'm on my 11:30. Hey, brother, I appreciate the call. You know, they're going to set up a 3-way text. We'll talk to you soon. Bam, here comes 12. And next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock. Our call was at 11, and you're still sitting there like, dude, is he going to send the 3 videos that he said he was going to send? Well, guess what? I do. I want to. But also in the 2 hours that came through, I have an abundance of text. Let me share with you guys, if you don't think that I'm talking crazy business with my texts, okay? I hope you guys can see this. Look at how many texts I have at the bottom right there. 250 this morning, okay? 250. So if you sent it at 11 and you're still waiting for me to get those videos out, chances are an hour and a half later, you are like 100 text messages down. So first of all, I would strongly encourage you, number one, when you set up the 3-way text, okay, put both of our names. Second thing is there's just a couple of videos that you want to send. Don't send a million. I've seen people send like 8 different things. Don't give too much information. We just give enough to get them moving forward. We'll teach them all the rest. Don't send them all this crazy stuff. So number one, I send them, there's a video. It's called New Update video. It's Dallin and Carey, or it's like update video, something update. It's Dallin and Carey. That's an incredible video. Send that. The second thing you send is the 8 ways to get paid video. Send them that, okay? Then after that, what I typically send is there's a PDF, okay? In your Viseo, there's a PDF of, it says like the Viseo family suite of products, and it has every single one of our products, but it's the PDF of them. So I send that PDF. Those are the only 3. Now, depending on the call, like let's say the guy has a messed up foot. Maybe I'll send a testimonial of Jesus Guerrero's testimony. If they have a bad back, Tanya Valentine had a video of how she used CBD and it helped her back. Now, if you guys want to know where these testimonial videos are, on our YouTube page, I have a ton of testimonials that are there. You just copy and paste them. Okay, very, very simple. And I know a lot of you guys don't even know that because I can see the views on there and there's not many views. So you're not using these tools, right? But they're not at the beginning. There's a specific place and a time to use these testimonials. It's after the call, because all of these are touches, right? Increasing their belief level, increasing their excitement to get them to either want to pull the trigger or you want to get them to come to the testing event, okay? 2 to 3, I prefer to send videos myself because I can see where they, okay, yeah, dude, that's another good option. When you send the video yourself, guys, thanks Elise, I forgot that. When you send the video yourself, every time they open it, you get a notification, right? So you're going to want to be able to see if your person watched the videos or if they watch it a lot. Sometimes people are like, man, this guy's really excited. He's watched this video like 7 times in the last hour, right? Wow. So now you see that and you can follow up accordingly. So that's also something that's really good. So, so guys, we got Utah coming up. I believe it is, what are the dates on Utah? It's right here in front of my face. June 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. So it's actually Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but people are coming in on Thursday to check in. It's going to be an incredible event. We are going to represent. So first of all, get black and white ready. We wear black and white, all of us as our team. We do wear suits, so don't show up with shorts on or baseball hats unless they're the CBD hat. But we all wear black and white suits, dressed it up. Here's the reason why, guys. We have a standard, right? We as a team, the UCrew Nation, we're taking over, and we want to send a message to the rest of the company as well. So here's the deal. Those of you guys who know me and work closely with me know I say this all the time. I live my life in basketball shorts. I don't like to get dressed up. I like to stay dressed down. I wear V-necks, I wear T-shirts, and I wear basketball shorts all the time. I can do that because I have a business that has afforded me the ability to do that. And one of the things that I do to make sure that I run a big business like that is once every 3 months when we have an event, I wear a suit all weekend. So if you want to, hold on, where do we keep Lou? Okay. Where do we get kept in the loop for local events? Yes, it's on WhatsApp. Okay, so make sure you're checking WhatsApp all the time. If you're not in WhatsApp or you're not sure you're in the right group, let me know. Send me a message and I'll make sure you're plugged in. But yes, every week we're plugging in. We're sharing all of our local events on WhatsApp. So getting back to my point, the reason I'm able to live the life that I want to live is because every 3 months I wear a suit for the weekend. Bottom line. Oh man, well, I don't wear suits. I never wear suits. Oh, that's why you're not making the income you want to make. I'm telling you, in this vehicle, we wear suits every 3 months at an event for the weekend so that I can wear basketball shorts every day so that you can wear whatever it is you want to wear every single day, right? And so get ready, get your black and white, girls, black and white, whatever you want. We're actually going to get some thunder sticks this time that say the UCrew Nation on them. They're going to be black and white. We're going to take over. We have a ton of promotions. A ton. And that's the other reason. We want our team, when we're walking across the stage, to just be black and white. And when you go up, you're going to have your thunder sticks. We're going to represent hardcore. People aren't going to know what hit them. This week, we're closing out. Our in-person event is going to be on Monday in Whittier, California. The information for that is actually out in the WhatsApp already. We're tentatively planning one for Orange County this upcoming week, and we're also going to probably do one in West Covina this week. But what we always talk about is we close the week strong. So what does that mean? Tuesday doesn't exist. Monday is where we're closing to. So run through the end of the week, close out strong, and then on Monday night is when I will actually release the actual events for this upcoming week, because we don't want people saying, oh, well, I could drive to Whittier with my person, okay? Just signed up for Utah. Brian. All right, Brian, good job, man. Just signed up last week, signed up for Utah. We don't want people holding for Wednesday, right, because it's closer to their home, when they could drive out and get somebody started. Because here's the deal. Let's say you live in Orange County, and we're going to have an event on Wednesday, but you have a guest that's open, and you just don't want to drive to Whittier, right? Here's why you should do that. Drive to Whittier on Monday, get them started, so that by Tuesday they could be on the phone. Tuesday, they're already in front of people, and then you, your new person, and their guests are coming on Wednesday. That's how you build motivation. Instead of just saying, oh, Wednesday's closer to my house, that's what I'm going to do. It's a little easier. I'm telling you guys, this is such a lucrative opportunity. Do crazy stuff in order to make crazy money, right? There will be people on this group that become millionaires, multimillionaires, and there will be people in this group that walk away and they didn't make anything because they played around. They didn't take this opportunity as serious as they should, and they get paid accordingly. So we're at the mark, over an hour. Love you guys. I don't want to take any more of your day. I have calls all day long. We're running hard. As most of you know, I do not work on Sundays, okay? I will take text messages to set up calls for Monday, but I won't pick up the phone and I won't really engage too much on Sundays. That's my day off. It's also Resurrection Sunday, so I really probably won't be too engaged. We're having a huge family barbecue. So otherwise, love you guys. God bless. I'm going to record this. It'll be posted back at the YouTube channel. Otherwise, we'll talk to you soon. God bless and have a great day. Bye-bye.